I just wanna love you, just wanna hold you, just wanna be with you till we grow old. Just tell me you'll stay or take me away. I want you for myself every single day. You set my world on fire.
Hey everyone, welcome back to the Nichols Nook. In today's video, I will be sharing with you how I'm preparing for postpartum. I'm currently 35 weeks pregnant and I will actually be 36 weeks tomorrow. So I have about a month left, hopefully. I was actually born at 36 weeks. So the fact that I will be 36 weeks tomorrow, it's just mind-boggling to me that my mom was about this far along in her pregnancy when she had me. And I'm hoping that our baby girl will cook a little bit longer in there, at least a couple more weeks, but we'll just have to see. Either way, I want to be as prepared as I possibly can be ahead of time, just in case she does decide to come early. So I have decided to put together a postpartum recovery kit or bathroom station that will be in our bathroom so that when we bring baby girl home from the hospital, I will have all of my essentials in one place where I'm gonna need them the most. So today I'll be showing you guys what I have put in my recovery kit, and then I also am gonna show you a couple of other items that won't necessarily be in the bathroom, but that I do plan on using during that postpartum period. I will also be making some DIY Padsicles that I can go ahead and just put in the freezer. That way those will be ready for when I get home as well, because I know I'm going to need some ice packs. So if you are pregnant yourself or you know someone that's pregnant, hopefully this gives you some ideas as to what you can put in your own postpartum recovery kit. I have done a lot of searching online to see what worked best for women post-delivery and for postpartum. And so I'm hoping that I have everything, but I do know that the hospital provides some things as well. So we'll kind of go over that when we're going through my recovery kit. Again, I hope this gives you some ideas, but I'm sure there are tons of other things out there as well. I'm just gonna show you what I put in mine today. So let's go ahead and dive right in to my postpartum recovery kit. So here is my postpartum bathroom station. I had originally bought this for toilet paper storage, and now it comes in very handy because I can put all of my essentials in one place and there's plenty of room for everything. And by the way, I just got this basket system, I believe at TJ Maxx earlier last year. So I'm obviously not in my bathroom right now because it would just be kind of inconvenient and uncomfortable to film in there. So I'm just gonna kind of work through the 4 levels of this basket system and show you what I have on each level. So in my top basket, I just have a huge stash of adult diapers. Yes, that's what they are. You guys have probably heard of Depends. These are actually the Always brand. I believe Always Discreet is what they are. And the reason that I went with these is because this is actually what I used when I had my miscarriage, because when you miscarry, you bleed heavily as well. So unfortunately, I have had experience with a lot of blood loss before, and I did know that these worked for me, which I guess is a good thing because I know that they'll work for me for postpartum. These are very stretchy and comfortable. They're very soft and they absorb a lot. So basically, I just wanted to be more comfortable, and I know that the hospital will give you these ginormous pads, which I do have some pads as well, but I figured these might be more comfortable than just walking around in those bulky pads that don't really conform to your body, whereas these really form to your body a little bit better. So I do have a huge stash of these, and then I will also be taking some with me to the hospital. So in my second basket, I have 2 different sizes of pads. I have these large, just regular Always pads, the heavy flow. And then I have panty liners as well because as I progress further throughout the postpartum period, the bleeding will lighten up, I'm sure, a little bit. So I have those just in case. So depending on the amount of flow that I'm having will depend on what I decide to wear. Then I also bought some of this Mother Love Sitz Bath spray, and I will link this down below for you guys. I just ordered this off of Amazon. So this is an all-natural sitz bath spray. Now, the reason that I ordered this is because my hospital will provide Dermaplast, which is kind of like a numbing spray. This sitz bath spray is very herbal and it has some essential oils in it. and it just kind of calms everything down, especially for hemorrhoids, if you have hemorrhoids after you give birth. So I wasn't sure if I wanted to purchase an actual sitz bath. I decided to go with this instead just because, I don't know, I'm not sure how I would feel about sitting in water. I know that it probably feels really nice, but this apparently, based on the reviews, does the same thing, and it just seemed a little bit cleaner to me. And then, like I said, my hospital does provide the dermaplast as well, which I may end up getting the Earth Mama perineal spray. I'm not sure yet, I haven't decided. But for now, I have the sitz bath spray, and then I plan on having the dermaplast from the hospital. Next, I have this peri bottle, which I know the hospital provides, but this one's just gonna be an extra so that if I can't take that one home for whatever reason, I will have one here at the house. And I can always keep one in our bathroom and then the other bathroom as well if need be. But this, again, I just ordered off of Amazon. I will link everything that I have here down below so that you guys can check it out if you're interested. But this is going to come in very handy because apparently after you give birth and, you know, possibly have stitches, you don't really want to wipe, I guess, down there. You want to just kind of spray everything off to clean it. And so I definitely wanted to have one of these handy just to kind of keep everything fresh and clean. So when I think of wiping, I think of using toilet paper. I can imagine that that would really irritate all of our lady bits down there. So I decided to have some wet wipes on hand just in case, you know, after the peri bottle, if I don't feel clean enough, I can use some wipes. So I just have these basic flushable wipes from Walmart. And then I also picked up a pack of these Summer's Eve Aloe Love cleansing cloths. So if I don't feel quite as fresh down there, like I said, I might just take one of these and very, very lightly wipe or dab just to clean up a little bit more. But I definitely like having wet wipes on hand at all times. So I know I'm probably gonna want them during the postpartum period as well. And then I also have a container of these TUES cooling pads. So these are for hemorrhoids, and what I've heard from different moms on YouTube or I've read in blogs, a lot of women tend to line their pads with these TUES pads. So what I'll probably do is either have my Depends or my adult diaper and line the inside with these. Hopefully I don't have hemorrhoids, but I feel like the cooling effect would feel nice whether you have hemorrhoids or not. So I plan on lining either those or the pads if I need a little bit of that refreshing or cooling feeling, and just to kind of help numb the area, I guess, a little bit. So these are made with witch hazel and they are supposed to be really, really nice. And then even though I am gonna have a separate breastfeeding station, I decided to put some disposable breastfeeding pads in the bathroom station as well, because I have already been leaking so much throughout the nighttime that I find that I need to wear nursing pads, which I haven't been doing, so I end up having to change my shirt in the middle of the night because I'm leaking so much. So I know once baby girl is here, I'm gonna want to wear these pretty much all the time, even when I'm sleeping. So I just wanted some in the bathroom for convenience. And then in the very bottom basket in my bathroom station or my bathroom recovery kit, I put a handful of panties. So these are just large underwear that I picked up at Walmart. I think I picked up a pack of 6 for around $8. And the reason that I just went with cheap, oversized underwear is because I know, again, that I'm gonna be wearing a lot of pads, a lot of things to kind of help me feel better down there. So I didn't wanna have to worry about ruining my favorite underwear. And these will just kind of keep everything in a little bit better. If they get messed up, it doesn't matter. They're cheap, I can just throw them away, and I'm just gonna use them for postpartum, and that's pretty much it. And if I remember correctly, my doctor mentioned that the hospital will provide me with some mesh panties as well. So those will just go down in that bottom basket, because you can never have too much underwear or too many pads or diapers or things when you're bleeding so much after you have a baby. So from what I hear anyway, this is my first time going through this, so I'm learning as I go, but I'm trying to take as much advice from other moms as possible. And so based on everything, again, that I've seen, heard, or read, this is kind of what I've come up with for my station. So that is pretty much it for my postpartum recovery kit as far as the bathroom station goes. And then again, anything that I receive from the hospital, I will just add to it when we get home. All right, so something that I definitely plan on using if need be is this stool softener. I've heard that it's hard to use the bathroom after you give birth, so this will kind of help everything just keep flowing and help me stay regular, hopefully. But again, this won't necessarily be kept in the bathroom. I like to keep anything that I'm taking currently up in a specific part of our kitchen in a cabinet. So I'm gonna keep that in there along with some either ibuprofen or Tylenol. I'm not sure what I'm allowed to take if I'm breastfeeding, so that's why I don't have that here with me today, because I want to check with my doctor first. But I do know that you can take stool softener after you have a baby. So next I picked up this BellaFit postpartum girdle. This is a medical grade childbirth recovery girdle, and it's supposed to just kind of help tighten and support everything after childbirth. Now this particular brand is pretty pricey. I will link it down below because you can get these on Amazon. But I think the cheapest one was around $108. However, that is because they are really supposed to work and they are really, really high quality. So in a nutshell, this is basically a belly binder to help get you down to your pre-pregnancy size after childbirth. It's supposed to kind of just help tighten and support everything, because from what I've heard from a lot of mamas is that you feel just really kind of loose and jiggly after you have a baby, and you want something to help you feel supported. So again, this one is pricier, but I actually got mine for 40% off on their website. I went ahead and snagged one while they were on sale because otherwise I just didn't feel like I would be satisfied with some of the other things that were out there, just like the ones that wrap around. I'm hoping that this one works really well. So it's adjustable right here. And then what I loved about this one in particular is that the bottom unhooks as well, so it makes it super easy for you to use the bathroom or take care of whatever you need to take care of down there, any of your lady bits during the postpartum recovery period. So I loved that. It seemed like a lot of the ones that you just wrap around can kind of roll up or push up, and yes, you have access to go to the bathroom, but this one kind of supports your whole area, your hips, just everything. So I really am looking forward to this. I obviously can't try it on right now because I'm pregnant, but I did go with a size medium, and I don't know, I'm hoping that's the right size. We'll have to see after I have the baby, but I'm super excited to try this. Oh, and it did also come with an extender right here that you can use either on the top portion, so you could use it sideways, or you can use it down at the bottom where that bottom portion opens up kind of like a onesie. Next, I just have my regular Belly Bandit belly band. This is what I've been using throughout my pregnancy. I figured I may as well just include it with my postpartum stuff because, again, it's just another way to feel supported and just kind of lift everything up after you have a baby. So this is just Velcro, and I will link this down below as well. And then it also came with a heating and cooling pack that I can use postpartum. So the directions for both heating this pack and cooling this pack are on the back. That way if I need a heating pad or cooling pad of any kind, I can just put this in my band and then wrap it around my waist. So that's everything I have in regards to my postpartum recovery kit / bathroom station and things that I will be using postpartum. There's one other thing that I wanted to show you guys in the bathroom that I do plan on using if needed. So let's jump over there now. The only thing that I have left to do is make my Padsicles, which I know will come in very handy, and they'll probably feel so nice and refreshing once baby is here. So it'll just kind of help me feel a little bit better when I'm uncomfortable or just not feeling the best down there. So before I start on those, I just want to ask if there is anything that I'm missing in my postpartum recovery kit that you would recommend or suggest. If you have given birth before, or you know someone who has had just something that they absolutely couldn't live without postpartum, please let me know down in the comments. I would love to know if there's something else that I need to add to my kit. Again, the hospital will provide some things which will help. I do plan on making freezer meals and stocking up on paper goods and things of that nature, which I will do some videos on. So other than that, I think I have everything that I need. I'm hoping that I do. But again, if you have something that you would suggest that I missed, please drop it down in the comments. All right, so now I'm gonna make my DIY Padsicles. All right, so here are all of the supplies that I have for my DIY Padsicles. I'm only making 8 because I don't honestly think that I'll need more than that because I have so many other things to help with postpartum, but I wanted to make a good handful just so I have enough to use when I am feeling like I really need that extra cooling effect. So I think 8 should be plenty. So I have 8 large pads. Then I have some witch hazel. Now this particular one is 14% alcohol. I have read that it's best if you use the alcohol-free witch hazel, although I was having a really hard time finding that. I believe you can get it at Target in the cosmetics section, but I have seen a lot of women use this as well and say that it doesn't burn, so that it's just fine. So I'm gonna go ahead and try it. I hope that it works out okay, but I have seen so many women use this, so I'm thinking that it will probably be just fine. And then this is just aloe vera. Now this is alcohol-free, so that's why it's clear, I believe. I think the green one was not alcohol-free. Then I just have a spoon and some lavender essential oil. So I'm gonna go ahead and make these DIY padsicles. So I'm gonna start just by opening up the pad, and I want to keep everything as intact as possible. Also, I just washed my hands so that they're nice and clean. I'm going to remove this paper right here to expose the sticky and just kind of fold those off to the side. Next, I'm gonna take about a tablespoon of the aloe vera and spread that around on the pad first. I believe they say to do this first so that the witch hazel doesn't kind of seep in to the pad right away. The aloe will create kind of a barrier for the witch hazel to sit on top of. So I'm just gonna spread that all around. And actually, I just thought of something. I also have witch hazel that is a spray toner, and I believe that's alcohol-free. It's not an astringent. I'm gonna go grab that, and I'm gonna do maybe 4 of this kind and then 4 of the other kind. That way I can compare and see if I can tell a difference postpartum. And then I'm just gonna label the ones that have the alcohol in it and then the ones that don't. So this is the witch hazel spray that I use on my face every morning when I'm getting ready. It is the THURS brand, and it's the cucumber one. So I'm gonna try, like I said, 4 of this and then 4 of the regular witch hazel and label the pads and then see which one I end up liking better. And then afterwards I can share with you guys if I could tell a difference or which one I liked more. So for this first one, I'm just gonna use the regular witch hazel. I believe I'm just gonna do, oops. Ooh, this is a little messy. Just gonna spread that around. And then I'm gonna add a few drops of essential oil. Now I'm just gonna fold the sticky flaps back in and put that back on. And fold the pad up. You can see I made a mess already. That's okay. Okay, so this one contains the 14% alcohol. So I'm just gonna put A for alcohol on there. I'm gonna do 3 more just like I did this one. All right, and then these last 4 are going to be with the non-alcoholic witch hazel. So I'm just putting NA on these 4. This is kind of fun because I feel like it's a science experiment. That way I can share with you guys in the future what works and what doesn't, and if there's any difference, and I'm really excited about actually trying this. So now I'm just putting these in a large gallon sized Ziploc freezer bag, and I'm gonna pop these into the freezer. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please be sure to give it a big thumbs up and subscribe if you're not already subscribed. Don't forget to click your notification bell as well because we have tons of baby videos coming up very, very soon. Again, we don't know when baby girl is gonna make her arrival, so you need to be ready. And I don't want you guys to miss out on any of those videos. Thank you guys so much and I'll see you next time. Bye.